Happy Monday. Welcome to Game Plan Monday. This is Wendy with Cannin Plannin. We are diving into the third phase of 75 Planned, which is going to be our challenge for starting in January. Let me just give a brief overview of what 75 Planned is in case you are new to Cannin Plannin and you've never heard of it before. 75 Planned is a challenge for us to get into our planners for 75 days. And there are going to be 5 steps for what you're going to do in your planner every single day. The first phase is to dump it, get all of the things out of your head onto paper and be able to clear your mind so that you can go out and do the things that you want to do without carrying all of that stress around. The second phase is plan it. Pick at least one thing to do each day from that brain dump. And if you do a daily brain dump, at least pick one thing to accomplish from that daily brain dump so that you can get that accomplished. The third phase, which we're going to talk a little bit more about today, is the do it phase, when we're going to actually put that plan into action and get that thing done that you said you were going to do. The fourth and fifth phases that we have not talked about yet, but will in the very near future, are track it, a fun way to utilize a habit tracker to see if that you are actually doing the things that you said you're going to do. And then the fifth strategy or fifth phase of the 75 Plan Challenge will be to reflect it. Take time each day to find out why you did the thing you did or why you didn't do the things that you said you were going to do. And that is the 75 Plan Challenge we are going to be diving into and working on starting on January 1st and giving you an opportunity to actually get into your planner, which is the whole thing, friends. We want to get in our planners. We all buy brand new planners at the beginning of the new year. I am not excluded from this because I have purchased a new journal to start with my rapid logging, but we often get sidetracked by life in general and we do not do the things. So this is a great way for you to get into the brand new journal that you purchased, whether it is a 2 of 12 journal or planner or anything else, digital, it doesn't matter, giving you a way to get into your planner so that you can do the things that you said that you wanted to accomplish. So I just want to do a quick check-in today and think about last week for a hot second. What did you plan from your brain dump list? And is it still sitting on your list? If something popped up, friends, let me know. Let me tell you that I have lived that life. I know what it feels like to make a grand plan and then have it come crashing down. I just want to remind you that you are not behind. You didn't do anything wrong. Life happens. Your planning didn't fail you. Life just happened and it is what it is. But we do have those unfinished tasks that sit on our list and they're proof. I don't want them to feel like they're proof that you can't follow through, that you can't use your planner, that you can't do the things. It's simply a starting point. And that is where we're going to be talking this week about the do it phase. So we are into the 75 Planned challenge explanation, where we're talking about the do it phase. This does not mean doing everything. It does not mean playing catch up. And it definitely does not mean that you have to push harder or longer or endure more things than what you necessarily mean. What it means that you're going to do is you're going to do things in the smallest way possible. Momentum does not come from motivation. Momentum comes from actually doing the things, and a movement can be very, very small. And we're going to talk about breaking those things down in just a few minutes. Let's talk about how we actually do the things that we say we're going to do. Before we talk about tracking or checking things off, we need to talk about the middle part, the doing part. And most of the time, the issue is not that we don't know what to do, is that we sit down with the plan and then we feel frozen. And I'm going to raise my hand because there are some days I look at my list and I'm like, I do not even want to do this thing today. And actually, this was me yesterday. I sat down with my membership group and did my weekly plan. And I told them ahead of time, I do not feel motivated to do anything. I do not want to sit in my office all day. So we'll see how we get done with things. And friends, I'm going to tell you, I just started. Once I started, I was able to feel motivated enough to complete everything that I needed to get done yesterday on my list, which is usually building my content For the week. I don't like to have to pop in every day and do content and all of that stuff. So I want to try to get that done throughout the course of the week and have it scheduled so that I can just spend time interacting and building relationships with my people. So this week, friends, the do it is about choosing a simple way to actually engage with the plan that you already made. And there's no single right way to do it. I'm going to share with you guys 4 tools. 3 of them are actually tools. The 4th one is just a bonus. And you get to pick what fits your brain, your season, and your style. So we're going to talk first about time blocking. And I'm going to tell you right now that I am not a time blocker. I have tried and attempted time blocking, and I'm going to show you an attempted time blocking, but I will tell you right now, I am not a time blocker, but I know some of you are those kinds of people. And so I am going to give you some time block tips that you can utilize. So first of all, time block does not have to map out your entire day. You do not have to do it for the whole day. You can do it when you're in your office. You can do it when you're at work. You can do it wherever. This can simply be a time block from 10 to 10:30. Okay. It can be just a simple time block. You're not committed to building out a complete time block. You are committed to showing up and doing at least one thing. That is the commitment of 75 Plan, is finding a time in the day to do that one thing that you said you were going to do. So for us business owners, it could be a 20-minute block for doing follow-ups. It could be a 30-minute block for building content. It could be a short block for packing orders or creating, if you are in our crafty side, creating what you're going to be building or gathering supplies. So whatever the case might be, you can build those small blocks of time into your actual schedule. So, and then when the time is up, friends, that's when you stop. And if you want to keep going, that's bonus time. But building the block is the process. So I'm going to share with you this is a time block I did. I don't know. It was like April, May last year, maybe. And yes, it's in a journal, but it's totally fine. So here's kind of an idea of a time block. This is actually, we have an insert called the weekly hourly, which you can utilize for this. I just built it into my journal because I needed it for this particular thing. But you can see that there are different blocks of time. So like at 10 o'clock, there's a workshop block, and that was for an hour. And then later in the day, I content planned for an hour. Then I did goal setting for an hour. Then the next day, I did work at Wednesday. That lasted for about an hour. I did some lives for the workshop. Decorate for scholarship night, because this was actually during my son's graduation. So I guess it was 2 years ago. So it would have been 2024. Well, in a couple of weeks, it'll be 2 years ago. And then a workshop. And yes, I was doing a workshop and doing senior stuff at the same time. That was a crazy month, but definitely needed some time blocking in my life then, because I needed to be able to do the things, right? So that is kind of what time blocking looks like. If you want more information about that, I will definitely can share with you. You can comment time blocking, and I'll give you the link to the insert that I use for that. Okay, the second one is my absolute favorite, and that is a Pomodoro technique. We utilize this in my membership group. We do it 2 times a month, and we only do it for an hour. Ideal time is doing it for 2 hours, but for doing a Pomodoro, you only need one little thing, and that one little thing that you need to do a Pomodoro is a list. That's all you need. And then in your Pomodoro, you're going to spend 25 minutes planning or doing the things, not planning, but doing the things, taking a 5-minute break, doing a 25-minute session of doing, taking a 5-minute break, doing a 25-minute session, take a break, 5-minute break, 25 session, and then you take a longer break. So a true Pomodoro lasts for 2 hours. You get to choose the time block that you want to work within. It is just hyper-focused on what it is that you're trying to accomplish during that time frame. No extra interruptions, disruptions, those kinds of things. So that when you are doing a Pomodoro, you need to make sure that you are really like diving in and doing the things. So if you want to learn more about the Pomodoro, I have a video for that. You are more than welcome to comment below, and I can grab the video link so that you can watch the Pomodoro video. It is an older one, but the content and information is still the same. still the same. All right, the third one that I want to share with you is the Eisenhower matrix. So what the Eisenhower matrix is an opportunity for you to determine what is urgent, what is important, and break those down. So I actually have a printable that I grabbed from Tool 12 that you can use for that, and it will be linked in the comments below so that you can grab it. It is matched with our Declutter Your Mind insert. So if you are using this insert to do your brain dump and then get organized, you are going to see that many of those things fit into these into that Eisenhower matrix. What is your top 3? That is going to be your urgent, important tasks that need to be done right away. What are your easy 3? These can be tasks that are not necessarily urgent, but are quick and easy for you to be able to do. The next 3 would be the things that are urgent. The next 3 would be the things that are important, but not necessarily urgent, and you can start working and chipping away on those particular things. So this is a great insert to use, as well as grabbing that Eisenhower matrix. And again, I'm going to link that in the comments so that you guys have access to it. So that you can utilize that tool as well. Now, the fourth one isn't really a tool, but it is understanding when your energy shifts. And that is bringing in some extra incentive. So that would be playing music. That could be changing rooms. That could be changing positions. Maybe you stand instead of you sit at your desk. If you have one of those desks that stand or sit, those are ideal. Maybe it's changing the environment of your room, turn down the lighting, light a candle, whatever it is that you might need in that particular moment. Maybe you just need to do a brain dump. So you turn down the lights, turn on a candle, and then just write by candlelight. Maybe it's clearing off the surface of your desk. Maybe you are overstimulated by all of the things that are happening on your desk. And so this is a time that you need to kind of just clear the space and start with a fresh, clean desk area. So whatever it is that is going to help you to be in the do it mode, we want to work with that, whether that is time blocking, using Pomodoro, using the Eisenhower matrix, or changing those energy levels with your environment or with music, whatever the case may be. We want you to put those things into action. So we want to actually talk about doing the things now. So let's go back to our planet list, whatever that happens to be. And I don't want you to look at the whole thing. I just want you to find one item. And I want you to choose one step and one tool that I shared with you guys above. If your list says follow up with your customers, your step might be sending one message using a 20-minute time block, or sending a couple of messages using your 20-minute time block. If your list says plan content, your step might be writing your captions for your content using a Pomodoro, setting a 25-minute timer and just writing your captions for the day. If your list says to organize your inventory or get your orders out the door, your step might be checking one product or creating one package or printing out the labels while you're standing at your desk instead of sitting down. So whatever the case might be, I want you to start showing up and I want you to start doing the things. The important part is to do. You don't need to necessarily finish the whole entire project now, but getting started with one major thing will be very helpful. Getting started with your follow-up by doing 2 messages instead of 20. Doing your content by writing out the captions is more important than trying to get it all done today if you don't have time for that. That's going to stress you out. So in closing, I want to invite you this week to pick one thing from your planet list, and hopefully it's one thing per day, but if you can only do one thing per week, that's perfectly normal and okay for you to be able to do that. Turn on some music. Do one small step. Next week, we're going to talk about tracking it and what that looks like and how you can dive into getting one step closer to being prepared for the 75 Plan Challenge, which will be happening on January 1st. I hope you all have a fantastic day, friends. Be sure to hit that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and follow along with me so that you can find out more about our 75 Challenge. I hope you all will join me soon, friends, and have a fantastic Monday.